on, guys? So today I wanted to do something a little bit different, more of a vlog style video. I actually just left the gym, had a lot on my mind. I figured, you know what, I can't be at the gym like this right now. So I headed back to the crib. We're gonna do some chores and then maybe head back out. The real reason I wanted to get on here today is to talk about a possibility, a new fragrance. Yes. So what I've been thinking about for the last, I would say, 6 years is a DNA, a composition. There's a couple of factors that I want to discuss here today. I kind of want to make this short, sweet, and straight to the point. Now, I have 2 DNAs that I've finally composed. I want to start off by giving you guys some background. Now, I'm not trying to brag per se, but I gotta, I have to admit the facts. The facts is that I know fragrance. I'm Middle Eastern. I was born into fragrances. I've always had a taste for luxury. I've always had a taste for the riches, and especially when it comes to perfumery, beauty, self-care, all kinds of things. Now, if we talk about the facts, a lot of fragrances originated in the Middle East. We got the incense, the ouds. So growing up, I've had extreme exposure to fragrances, and I've just always been a frag head, Socially, of course, I'm relatively new, but that's not going to stop me. And what I want to announce is that I have a couple of DNAs that I'm very excited to kind of start to bring into light. There's a couple, now these are prototypes, obviously. The first drops might not be perfection, but at the moment I'm kind of seeing who's in the pot, you know what I mean? There's a couple of fragrance companies that do a lot of fragrances that I could collab with, couldn't collab with. There are dupe companies, there are niche companies, there are, there's the Zaharoff. I haven't been offered anything per se, but there is a company that I've relatively recently been exposed to, and absolutely quality stuff, super underrated. And it kind of inspired me to go with this company because of the fact that it's relatively similar to me. And I'll say that because it's new, it's upcoming, and it's super underrated. There are a couple of DNAs that's in my head that I think this person can really bring to light. There's a couple of factors that are really, really important to me with a fragrance release. Number one, quality, absolutely quality. So oils, everything that would be produced, I would have to check every step of the way. I would want to test. I know the sources of the oils, so I wouldn't pick anybody that's just like a run-of-the-mill, clone brand or designer or niche. I want you to know that whatever company I decide to go with, even if it does end up being a clone brand or whatever it may be, that these are 100% original. These are 100% my creations, and I started this from scratch. There are no inspirations. There are a couple of notes and fragrances that I've loved growing up and DNAs that I go for. So I've used basically some notes as a backbone, yes, but this DNA and both DNAs and any fragrance DNA that I will release or plan to release is 100% off the top, no copying, no duping. This is not a clone whatsoever. With that out of the way, the brand that I have in mind is relatively new, just absolutely quality stuff. I've tried probably about 10 of their fragrances, and I've just been honestly jaw-dropped. So I absolutely love what they do. A couple of things that I don't agree with are the presentation, the labeling. These types of stuff, though, can actually be a benefit to the consumers, you guys and us. And where it's going to benefit us, this is in the cost department. Now, I know presentation is everything, but these are my first drops, first creations, and I think that we can sacrifice some presentation for absolutely quality juice. It's not going to speak for the juice. The juice is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be long lasting. It's going to be original. It's going to be, there are 2 DNAs that I have in mind. One is a very sexy DNA. It's going to be a nice, sexy date night type of fragrance, something rich, luxurious. And the other one is going to be the same thing, sexy, luxurious, but more of an everyday wear type of fragrance. This is for the people who have a more expensive taste, a taste for luxury, a taste for niche, but it's not necessarily, I'm not using branding, right? So I'm going to use this company, I'm going to work with this company and collaborate with this company because I absolutely love their fragrances. Now, most of their fragrances at the time is dupes, but trust me, nothing to do with the fact that they're dupes. It's still going to be an awesome original creation that your boy is collabing with and making, So like I said, these are prototypes, so it will get better. Presentation will get better. This is just the first step. So I just want to get it out there. We're going to start this process. It's going to be a couple months, probably about 6 months, 5 months, where back and forth, we're going to have these oil compositions, back and forth, concentrations, communication, all kinds of stuff. So this is going to be 100% from scratch. Is there going to be similarities? You know what? There is not a single fragrance out there right now that you can tell me doesn't smell or remind you of something. So obviously, probably there's going to be some similarities, but I can tell you that this is going to be a whole nother level of quality. This is going to be a whole nother level scent. It's not going to smell like anything designer. I'm going for 100% niche quality fragrances, niche quality scents. These aren't your run-of-the-mill freshies or a freshie with a gourmand to it. None of that stuff. It's going to be absolutely sexy. It's going to be date night. It's going to be just absolutely sexy. Lattafa and all those people, they're killing it, man. They're killing it. They're doing the affordable prices, and that's the market that I see. Most people love to be in that realm. So, even if it's only my first 2 DNA drops that I drop, that's going to be the affordable drops. Prices will probably raise as, demand gets higher, and we're going to make little twists and newer presentations and stuff like that. So I would highly suggest getting these prototypes, and with the presentation is not all that, but we're going to expand, and obviously with any expansion comes cost expansion. But as of right now, it's going to be affordable. I'm going to shoot for sub 90, sub 80, maybe $70 realm for an straight de parfum, nothing less than that. It's going to be nuclear stuff, not necessarily nuclear in a bad way. I know there's a lot of abrasive. It's not going to be anything abrasive. It's going to be something a little bit oriental, sweet, slightly woody, sexy. That's the vibes of these fragrances. They're going to be hits. They're going to be hits. I'm not going to drop anything that's not a 10 out of 10, period. I'm not going to do anything subpar or anything like that. So I just wanted to kind of announce this. I'm going to be working with this fragrance company that I think is, with some improvements, just like myself, we can all improve, will be absolutely quality juice. And they are doing some dupes, but I think if they start transitioning with me to originals, which I think they will, this is going to be the beginning of a pretty good relationship with them. So really excited. 2 fragrances. They're all in here, waiting to make it happen. We're gonna make this happen, so stay tuned. We're gonna, like I said, affordable, long lasting. I mean, this is gonna be like if Lattafa had niche fragrances, but better than Lattafa. I'm not doing no Lattafa. I love Lattafa. I love what they're doing. I love all that stuff. Their Pride Lattafa, it's good, but this is gonna be 5 steps above that. This is gonna be like Kilian Dior, style fragrances, or just quality fragrances, maybe even a step up at affordable prices. It is what it is. How is it possible? Using a brand that's not up yet, and using quality, affordable, sustainable oils, and also sacrificing presentation. Obviously, an apple is going to cost more than some Chinese brand. So what we're going to do is utilize some of those presentations. We're not going to sacrifice quality of oil. That's one thing we're not going to do. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little update, and yeah, stay tuned, man.